Welcome back once more to the NTV Weekend Edition, the Camel Derby edition. Like I told you earlier, I'm joined here by the Tourism County Executive Committee member, Rafael Lenayara, to give us a bit more of what to expect in the ongoing Maralal International Camel Derby. Bwana Waziri, give us a brief history of the Maralal International Camel Derby and what it seeks to foster.
Thank you, Ben. Maralal International Camel Derby started way back in 1989. Where we are, here in Yare, there was some Mzungu called Malcolm and his friend called Walker.
Right.
And there was a gentleman called, actually one of these places called Patrick. And so they all joined hands. What they used to do, they used to buy camels. And they were not actually for racing or for the derby. So they used to buy camels for safaris. So the tourists who used to come to Samburu County, they used to do what we call camel treks. From here, Maralal, they go all the way to Barsaloi, to Baragoi, all the way to the lake. So that is how it started. Then along the way, they actually realized they had more than enough camels to do that kind of safari. And so they ventured into a derby. So they started in a very small way. At one point, they were joined by Safaricom and they were given some funds. And so it became a little, it became a bit of a bigger kind of a derby. It attracted tourists from all over, not just our local tourists, right, our people, but it also attracted the tourists from all over the world. And so from ever since that time, it actually gained momentum up to where we are today. But again, I must say, the last 4 years, we've not been able to do, right, because of the COVID-19. And so we are back, and we are back in a very big way. Right. I'm sure you've seen the crowds here today. Yeah,
the big crowds, and we've seen visitors from far and wide, and even the participants, some guys from all the way Marsabit, traveling more than 200 kilometers to come here. What's the farthest place we've got visitors from in 2023?
Here in our country or out of the country?
Everywhere, even out of the country.
We have people from almost all the counties. If you are to sample today the crowds that we saw here, I can assure you, you must get every person from every county that we have, the 47 counties. But having said that, we also have international tourists. Today, the race had 11 international tourists from Germany, from Austria, and UK. So you can see it's as far as all the way up to Europe. Yeah.
All right. So today was the amateurs race. We saw a bit of the action, we saw a lot of visitors, a lot of not very professional people when it comes to camel racing.
And that's why they call it amateur race.
Yes. What should we expect next?
Tomorrow we have international, professional races. So today amateur, as the name says, it's amateur. Right. It's a race that is done by people who have no clue or they have no skills of riding their camels. And as you've seen today, it was really very, very interesting. And that is actually the main race. The main race is not the professional race. So tomorrow we have the professionals, which will actually tomorrow is the end of the derby. So we have professionals and mainly they are locals. You will hardly get an international visitor coming to do the professional race. And we call them professional because these people have lived with these camels. These are the camel owners. So they have been with these camels for a very long time. They can actually talk to the camel and the camel can communicate to the person. So when the guy says increase the speed, the camel will move to the higher speed. Slow down, they will slow down. So that is why we say professional, because the people who are riding the camel have a lot of skills.
So we won't see, today we saw the amateur racers being guided, some people in front of the camels guiding them.
They're called helpers.
Yes. So what happens exactly? Very quickly, if I'm an amateur racer today, do I need any kind of prior experience, or I can just come and the helper?
You really do not have to have a prior experience. So what happens, you'll come, you've never even interacted with the camel. By the way, we do treat camels before they go for the races. Right. So you'll just come, engage the owner of the camel, they will give you a helper, so you register, then there you are. You take up the race. So you do not have to have any clue or any skill.
All right.
Yeah.
What do the winners take home? If you could give us a bit more.
Yeah, interesting. So we award up to the fifth, the fifth person who will cross the line, because not all of them will actually finish the race. Some people will end up, not finishing because the camel can just strike and they will never get back to the finish line. But those who finish, they will go home with some very good prizes in terms of monetary, because we award the highest winner to a tune of 80,000 Kenya shillings and above. But the lowest is 25,000 Kenya shillings. But we say any lady will be able to finish the race, whether you are number 1 or number 5 or number 6, whatever number you will be able to get, but you've crossed the line, finish line, you go home with 30,000 Kenya shillings.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
So it's very interesting.
Right. Yeah. So apart from the race, this is a mega festival. There's a lot happening in terms of culture and all that. And we saw a lot of Turkana culture, for example, coming through. Maybe you can explain to us a bit more on that.
Thank you. This derby, we call it 4 Cs. 4 Cs. Camel, which is really very instrumental and very important animal to our people who live in this region in the north. Because one, it's not just we don't just keep the camels, but it's also a livelihood to our people. Milk, that people sell the milk, they also sell the camels in exchange of money. So it is indeed very, very important to our people.
Right.
The other C is conservation. You get to realize Samburus, or say the pastoralists, for that matter, are known for conservation. They are just naturally conservationists. And so we have that C. Then the other C is the coexistence. And thank you for mentioning, you've just said about the Turkanas. This county has so many other tribes, and we coexist, all of us. We live in harmony. So we have the Samburus, we have the Turkanas, we have the Kikuyus. I'm sure you've also seen the Kikuyu culture, and I hope that you've been able to go to the homestead. We have the Somalis, we have the Boranas. So we all live in harmony. So that is why we call the forces. The other one is, of course, culture, because we showcase our culture. And you must have seen the traditional dancers from the Turkana, the traditional dancers from the Somali, Samburus, of course. And so the other is actually for the culture. And let me say this, we have just come out of a very important cultural event, which the president actually announced or gave a directive. It's going to be an international day,
Right.
And so it started at Narok, a place called Sekenani. We are very lucky because we are the second county that's going to host this event in a very big way. Right. It's going to be big and going to attract not just the locals, not just the Kenyans, but far and wide, of course, the international tourists.
Right.
So it's a very, very important event. In fact, we are doing this as a test. We are trying if we are ready for that big event.
All right.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, now that you mentioned that, Masais and Samburus are very close in terms of the heritage and culture. But have they come through in this camel derby? I haven't seen many of them.
The Masais?
Yes.
The Masais are here.
Right.
Many of them are here. I think you've seen all the Ma counties governors were here. Patrick Ndutu was here, all the way from Narok. Ole Lenku was here. His Excellency Ole Lenku was here, all the way from Kajiado. And apart from just the governors, there are so many other Maasai tribes, men and women, who are here. You might not have seen them taking the camel races, but they're here. They're here with us. They're here to support. I'm sure you have heard our governors talking today, the excellencies, all the three of them, saying they're here to back up this event, and we will want to do it in a big way next time, because we're going to combine the camel derby and the cultural festival.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for speaking to us, Bwana. Raphael Lenayara, the County Executive Committee member in charge of tourism here in the county of Samburu, just telling us what to expect in the grand finale of the Maralal International Camel Derby that comes to a close tomorrow. Of course, we are here covering this for you in the way only we can. We shall be bringing you all the latest action and, of course, other stories from across this beautiful county of Samburu. Let's take a quick commercial break. Here on the show, we are back shortly. Don't go anywhere. We have more from the county of Samburu.